Hello everyone, it's Andy's Free Guitar Charts video YouTube channel here. Welcome to my subscribers and my Facebook friends and Andy's Free Guitar Chart videos Facebook group members. And today we're going to get right down to guitar here. And we're looking at my latest guitar chart, which is very interesting. I have 3 circles up here representing the regular caged system, the long cage system, the long patterns, and then the modal cage system that we're going to discuss here, which is the fretboard that's up top here with the cutouts. And the pattern cutouts, we're going to discuss them in detail today. We're going to actually tackle that subject. So let's dig into the chart here. I guess we'll do some top-down logic. We have the caged system. There's 2 E's, there's 2 C's, and the A, we're just going to have one long A. Although in the short system, we had A was just 5/6 in any scale. Now it's 5/6/7. So over here, if we want to look at our A box here, the bottom string of this particular cage, modal cage, has A on the bottom there. Okay, and that's the full short A string shape. Okay, the long string shape's 5/6/7. Alright, and we're not looking at the G string shape, but they're neighbors. So they share this, they share the 6, and they share the 7. Actually, the long pattern shares the 6 and the 7. So what? What does that mean? So we're either looking at caged or we're looking at fifths and fourths of string shapes, or even positions where there's no sharing of notes. Now, one interesting thing I want to show you about the caged system, and I guess this is kind of backwards logic, because this is the last thing I did yesterday, was added this. If we have our string shapes, the C, C, A, G, E, E, D system. I once had a teacher in graduate school who was talking about the ELVIS system, and his favorite student just doesn't have to even raise his hand. He goes, "That spells Elvis." I said, "Yeah." It took him a while to figure out that the library was hip. Anyway, so here it is, caged. If we start on the C string shape and skip 2 string shapes in the circle, we get to G, and then we skipped another 2 string shapes and we'll go straight over to D. Skip another 2 string shapes, we're over to A, long. Skip another 2, 1, 2, and we're over to E, long. Skip 2 more, we're over to C, long. Skip 2 more and we're over to E. So that's how that works. But why are we skipping? I thought we just defined a word in a cage, and now we have that. Because when we build a pattern from the bottom string starting on root 2, 3, okay, so here's the guitar. My guitar is down tuned. It's down C tuned. That caused a little whistle ripple in the bird cage. It's down C tuned. Sorry. So, by the way, we've got some wildfires in the region, and the smoke is in the air. But I think right now it's about 10 miles away on the other side of the mountain, but they are doing some stuff. They're pre-evacuation things. So we're supposed to get rain on Saturday, so but there's a little smoke in the air. So when we look at but the show must go on. When we build a pattern stack, root 2, 3, that's the bottom string shape. 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we go into a short 7 root 2, and then we go into 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to go into 6, 7 root, but in this particular time we're going to take the 6, 7 root and we're going to warp it up 1, so it's going to go like that, and then back to P4, tuning on the high E string. I call it the high E string. High down there, E string. We got the 2, 3, 4, and then of course we don't have a 7-string guitar, but then we have the 5, 6, 7, so we can just take that from here on string interval, right? Remember, there's a whole step between 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's how the pattern builds. So when we started on ER long, we went to C4 long, so we went right here and we skipped 2 in the cage system. Then we went to the E, we skipped 2 more and went over to E here. We went up, you see? So essentially when we're going up a string in string shapes, not in raw notes. Raw notes, we're going up a 4th. Okay, so E, the 4th of E is A, the 4th of A is D, the 4th of D is G. Then we have to do our 3rd with guitar. So the 3rd of G is B, and then a 4th from that B is E again. But in string shapes we go up in 5ths. So where we would start with the root 2, 3, I'm going to do it down here on my open string. Root 2, 3. Okay, we start with the E string shape, root 2, 3. The 4th of that, the 5th of that rather, string shapes go in 5ths. So the 5th of that E is C. Now why is the 5th of E C? Because look at your cage system. I'm going to get Mr. Capo because I noticed yesterday you weren't getting this. You weren't getting that much of the guitar there. Whoa. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to put Mr. Capo on here. And yeah, that was in Andy's blooper hand. Hey. So that kind of annoys me when you all can't see what's going on here. So this is my open C down here. Okay. So yellow is my C note. Here's your E note. Here's where you guys are. So what were we talking about? String shape 5ths. Okay, so the string shape 5ths. Alright. Okay, we're back. We had a little edit there. So with the string shapes now, the caged system is just like caged. Cage is interlocked. So C interlocks, the bottom string of the C cage interlocks with A cage. A cage interlocks with G cage. G cage interlocks with E cage, you know, and E cage interlocks with what? D cage. So E cage is 7 root 2, bottom string. Okay, and then D cage is 2, 3, 4. C cages 3, 4, 5, A cages 5, 6. But when you go and look at it in fifths, string-shaped fifths or cage position fifths, the only thing you have to realize is that when you go to from C, you're going to skip the A. So in the word caged, we're going to skip every letter. We're going to skip one letter in the word cage to get to the fifth. So skip A in C-A-G and you're at G. The fifth of C is G. Here's your C position. Here's your G position. My wrist is still a little sore. And there's no sharing there. There's no sharing there. The fifth of the G position, C-A-G-E-D. Skip the E. Skip one letter. The fifth of the G is D. So we'd be way up here. Okay, that would be no sharing. Now with the KG system, okay, which we'll just get it up on the screen here so we don't get confused. We have the C here, the C box. It's pretty much the same thing. And then we have the fret nut here. Your E, your low E, will be the third of C. I happen to be down tuned so I can get that note there. Okay. So the position that doesn't interfere with the C position is its fifth, is the G position. There's your G right there. The position that doesn't interfere, or the next position to the right on the fretboard, is the D. The fifth of G is D. The fifth of D is the A position. You see in between there's a C there, and it spells cage, right? G-E-D, C-A-G-E, and D again. But it gets a little complicated when we get to A. Okay, the fifth of A is E up here. So now this banner here, okay, covers this box. Alright, and by going to cursor mode, so here we don't worry about that label. Alright, so the A position is there, and similarly, okay, the fifth of A is the E position, but it gets a little difficult when we go the E to the next neighboring long modal cages. Why is that? Okay, we know that E is going to go to the 4C, so the E root 2, 3 is going to go to the 4C, 4, 5, 6. That's the string shape. But this is no longer a string shape fifth. It's a string shape fourth. But there are neighbors.